unboxing, boxing and unboxing. Along with this, today we're going to discuss about strings concept, and we're going to have a basic idea on what is the meaning of hoops. Okay. Now, first topic is boxing and unboxing. Now, observe here all of you very carefully. First, the data types are divided into two types. One is value type and one is reference type. Okay, one is value type and one is reference type. Coming to the value type, as of now we have discussed that we have different types of data types like integer, double, float, right, character, boolean, string. Like this, we have so many data types. Am I right, all of you? Now, coming to the value type, we have the data types like integer, double, character, float, and boolean. All these things would be coming under value type. Now, coming to the reference type, only string and object are the reference type of data types. Only a string and object are the reference type of data types. Okay. Now, other than string and object, what all the data types would be there, those are coming under value type of data types. Clear, all of you? Other than string and object, what all the data types are there, those are coming under value type of data types. Okay. Now listen here. Value types would be storing in stack memory. Coming to the reference type would be stored in heap memory. Okay. Now, as we discussed, whenever .NET Visual Studio would be installing in your system, just give me a minute, all of you. Listen here, both of you. The value types would going to be stored in stack and reference type of data type would be storing in heap memory. Okay. Now listen here. Whenever .NET would be installing in your system, totally when 5 GB or 10 GB based on the hard disk that is available in our system, that the memory would going to be allocated to the .NET environment. Suppose the example that 5 GB is allocated to .NET. Among the 5 GB, 4.5 GB of memory would be allocated to heap memory, and remaining only 0.5 GB would be allocated to heap, a stack. Okay, heap would be having more memory and stack would be having very less memory. And to insert the value in the stack, it is very easy. Yesterday also we have discussed, right? Only push operator and pop operator to insert and to delete. There is no much thing need to do whenever you are storing the data in the stack. Coming to the heap, if you want to store any value, we have major complications. Suppose the example that if you want to store any value in the heap, there is no architecture. E place lone meeru insert cheyali, e place lone delete cheyali, first in first out, ala em undadu anamata. So if you want to store any value, you just need to scan entire 4.5 GB of memory. You need to scan entire 4.5 GB of memory and you need to check which place the memory is free. Then after scanning entire 4.5 GB, once you identify the free space, then in that free space you need to store the value, and the free space address, whatever you found, that's free space address also you need to store in stack. That means to scan the 4.5 GB, it only will take more time. After scanning, storing the value in the free space what you identified, storing the value in the free space, after storing the value in the free space, at the free space address we need to store in stack. Okay. So like this, if you want to store any value in the heap, that we need to follow this all the things. Coming to the stack, if you want to store any value, we need not to do anything, just only the stack name dot push. That's it. So if you want to store any value in the stack, is more easier than storing the value in the heap. Okay. So yesterday also we have discussed, right, whenever we are using for each loop, the for each loop will be uses object O in the stack, that is S. Along with that, whenever we are discussing about the for each loop of list of integer li is equal to, yesterday also we have discussed this syntax, right? List integer li is equal to new list integer, right? So here, when you know the data type, just take the data type that is here integer I in the collection name is here. The collection name is li. The list collection name is li here. So just to easily you take this li. Just take this as li. So whenever you are taking the object means which type of data type, that is reference in the sense that it will going to store the data in a heap. We have discussed, right? Object data type would be coming in, the object is a data type that is coming in heap values will going to store the object means it's a reference type of data will going to store in heap, and heap lo manam data store cheyalante we need to do all these things. Like first we need to scan the memory and store the value. That storing the value address we need to store again in a stack. So we have so much of work. And one more thing, whenever you are working with this, whenever you are working this for each int I in li, so for each and every time whenever you are taking here as integer, there is no much work, because whenever you are taking here as object and తీసుకుంటే ఏమవుతుందమ్మా, each and every time the value of integer need to convert into object లో convert చేయడం అంటే the value you are taking and you are passing into heap memory. That would be a really difficult task. So that is the reason, I mean, while working with the for each loop, what data type you are taking, whether you are taking the correct data type or not, you need to be very conscious. ఒక వాల్యూని మనం హీప్ లో ప్లేస్ చేసే టైంలో మనం 6 వాల్యూస్ ని స్టాక్ లో స్టోర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అనమాట. 6 values ని స్టాక్ లో స్టోర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే, so we are saying that heap would be very costlier than costlier in the sense it's a time, very costlier than stack. Okay, this is you people need to understand. Heap is very costlier than stack. And coming to the boxing means converting the data from value type to reference type. Converting the data from value type to reference type would be calling as boxing. And coming to unboxing, the reverse way of boxing. Okay, reference type to value type conversion would be calling as unboxing. Okay, reference type to value type conversion would be calling as unboxing, and value type to reference type conversion would be calling as boxing. So boxing in the sense value type to reference type, am I right? Value type to reference type. Okay, reference type. So integer నుంచి మనం string కి కానీ object కి convert చేయడం would be calling as integer to object conversion would be calling as boxing. Okay, here in this syntax, whenever you are doing like this is a conversion from value type to reference type, right? So value type to reference type conversion would be calling as boxing. And coming to unboxing in the sense reference type to value type. So string nunchi manam object ki convert, string to integer conversion would be calling as unboxing. Every day we are converting from string to integer, right? Whenever you are doing like this, int of I is equal to convert dot 2 in 32 of console.readline. Whenever you are doing console.readline, whenever you are doing this conversion would be calling as string to integer. Int I is equal to, you are converting the value from string to integer. Am I right? This is a conversion mechanism. Console.writeline would be in the form of string format. We are converting that from string to integer. So string to integer conversion would be calling as string to integer conversion. String in the sense it's a reference type of data. Reference to integer conversion will be calling as, what is the meaning of reference type to value type? That conversion we are calling as unboxing. Clear all of you? Any doubts in this? Anyone of you have any doubts in this? Hello?
No, ma'am.
So simply value type to reference type conversion would be calling as boxing, and reference type to value type conversion would be calling as unboxing. Okay. Take the screenshot of this, make it fast. Otherwise, I'll share you people this in WhatsApp so that it would be helpful for you for further reference. Yeah, now we're going to discuss about the other topic, that is strings. And now see here all of you, we have so many predefined methods are available in the strings. We'll discuss those things now. Now listen here. Here I'm putting the startup class to program and I'm saving this. And now listen here all of you very carefully. I'm just declaring the value of string as string s is equal to something like Kalyani Technologies. Now I want to perform some string operations. Say here console.writeLine. If you want to know the string functions, put just s dot. We have so many functions here. See, suppose the example that I need to find my string contains some value. Okay, now I need to find my string contains some value, like my string contains small k or not. Okay, s dot contains of small k. What is the output? The boolean will return true or false, all of you. What is the result here? True or false now? Is it containing the small k? No, right?
No.
So it will return false. Okay, now the same way we have so many other functions too. Okay, and is the string is ends with capital K? Ends with capital K. Is it true or not?
Yep.
Yeah. Is it ends with capital K? No, right? It is ending with S.
Yes.
Am I right? So ends with K will return true or false?
False.
Okay, that's true. Just give me a minute. Yeah, listen here. I'm sorry. And now listen here. S dot starts with. That is also a function. Is it starts with capital K? Is it true or not? Boolean starts with capital K.
Start it.
It will return true or false, all of you. Is it true or false?
False. Capital true.
Yeah, true, right? Okay. Now listen here. Like this, we have so many functions. Substring of. I need to start the string from 0th index to I want 5 characters. What is the output of this, all of you? What is the output of it?
Well,
I didn't get you. What is the output of this?
It types till N. Kalyan.
Yeah.
KALAN 5 letters.
Yeah. So KALYA. Am I right? We'll see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we'll see other functions. S dot. You people know, right? Two upper, two lower in the sense it just display the data in it. Two uppercase letter and lowercase letter. That's it. What is the meaning of uppercase letter and lowercase letter in the sense? In my string is a collection of capitals and capital cases and small cases, because capital K and capital T, right? Whenever you are taking two lower in the sense, it will going to return all the data in the lower cases. That's it. The same way we have two upper also. Okay, clear? Now we will see S dot. See, when I'm taking like this, okay? When I'm taking like this, and here I'm taking like this, we have spaces, right? So if you want to remove the spaces, we have trim, okay? S dot trim start. Trim start in the sense it will going to remove the space only at the starting place, okay? Whenever you are using S dot trim end in the sense, it will remove only the spaces at the end. When it will remove only the spaces at the end, and we have the spaces at the start. Okay, అర్థమవుతుందా అమ్మా అందరికి?
Yeah.
Now, whenever you are using only trim, then there is no spaces before and after. Okay, clear? That is the meaning of trim start, trim end, and trim. అర్థమైందమ్మా?
Middle lo kuda teesestada Kalyani.
Yeah, it will remove both at start and end. Both at start and end. It will
No, in between Kalyani and technologies I meant.
Yes, that's it. No spaces at before and after. Okay.
No, Kalyani, can you run this statement console.writeline once?
This one you are saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, see the last one, there is no spaces, right? Here, see.
So if you want to remove the space between the Kalyani and technologies,
no, that won't remove. That won't remove. What I'm saying is before and after we have spaces, right? See, this is the after. This is before. So before and after, what? See, these spaces are there, right? అర్థమవుతుందమ్మా? ఈ trim, in the sense, trim is a combination of trim start and trim end. Trim start will remove these spaces, trim end will remove these spaces. How it is possible to remove middle? That is your question?
Yeah, is there any property to do that? Is my question.
No, not at all. Okay, clear? Yeah, now listen, we'll see other things also. We have so many other predefined functions are available. We don't have that property, Shravanti. No.
Okay.
Because అట్లా అన్నప్పుడు నాకు ఇప్పుడు కళ్యాణి టెక్నాలజీస్ లైక్ ఐ వాంట్ టు రైట్ అ స్ట్రింగ్ విత్ కళ్యాణి టెక్నాలజీస్ ఇస్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్డ్ అట్ సంథింగ్ ఇట్ ఇస్ లొకేటెడ్ ఇన్ హైదరాబాద్ అండ్ తెలంగాణ అట్లా రాస్తూ ఉన్నప్పుడు చాలా స్పేసెస్ ఉంటుంది కదా, సిస్టమ్ కి చాలా డిఫికల్ట్ అవుతుంది అనమాట ఆ స్పేసెస్ అన్నిటిని ఐడెంటిఫై చేసి రిమూవ్ చేయాలి. సో కొన్ని మాక్సిమం ఆఫ్ ద పీపుల్ కి ఆ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఉండొచ్చు, ఉండకపోవచ్చు కదా. ఈ వర్క్ ని అట్లా మీకు కావాలి అనుకుంటే మనకి ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ మెథడ్స్ అని ఉంటాయి అనమాట. ఈ ఉన్న ప్రీడిఫైన్డ్ మెథడ్స్ కి ఈ ఇట్లా సింబల్ ఉంది కదా, దీన్ని ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ మెథడ్స్ అంటాం. మన ఓన్ మెథడ్ రాసి స్ట్రింగ్ కి అపెండ్ చేస్తాం అనమాట. విల్ సీ దట్. ఓకేనా? Now listen here, I want to reverse the Kalyani technologies reverse order lo ravali ante we don't have as of now any predefined method kaakunda reverse way lo kavali ante manam for loop use cheskoni cheyochu kada. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఇక్కడ for s dot length minus 1 index always starts with 0. Am I right? So here we can say that it's a greater than or equal to 0. అర్థమవుతుందా? And I minus. Clear? Till now it's clear. So here I'm using console.write, not console.writeline. Okay, fine. Now the value would be here. The values need to come like this, right? See here. Here I'm taking string is a collection of characters. Am I right? So s dot 2 character array. Okay. Now listen here, all of you. See, we need to take C of 5. Okay, C of 5. Understood this part, all of you?
Yeah.
So manaku collection of characters would be there. We are looping that in a reverse way to display the data in a reverse order. Clear? Now here the usable function here is character array, 2 character array. So all the characters in a string would be divided and they'll be taking like a array of characters like this. Okay. Now we'll see the other functions here. S dot. Now we have other functions too. Substring we have completed, startset we have completed, and split. Okay, based on the space I want to split the string. Okay, split. Okay, based on the space. Okay, now listen here, all of you, very carefully. Now how many strings will come whenever you are splitting the data with space? How many strings will come? 2, right? It splits this and it splits this. Am I right? Space in the sense, again it would be a problem because before and after would have space in there. So I'm removing this part to see the exact output of this. Okay. Now listen here. I'm just trying to display the values for loop, and we'll use for each loop now. How to use the for each loop in this case, all of you?
For string.
Here a split and this coach. Oh no, a split, and a split is of a type what? String. Am I right?
String.
Now listen. Here I'm using this. Now console.writeLine of height. Clear? అదే ఫర్ లూప్ తో రాయాలంటే ఎలా రాస్తామమ్మా? ఫర్ ఇంట్ I is equal to 0, I less than s dot length. Am I right? S split dot length, right? అంతే కదా? Clear? Now we'll see other methods here. Manoj, I'm getting a lot of noise from your end, Manoj. Yeah, now we're going to see some other predefined methods that are available with the string. The reverse ఉంటుంది కానీ it will not be helpful for us అన్నమాట. అది అవ్వదు. ఎందుకు అవ్వదు అనేది you people try to work with that. Okay, now I want to replace the string. I want to replace the capital K with capital K with capital M. Okay, now try to see the output of it, all of you. I'm just trying to display this with the help of console.writeLine of like this. Okay, now enough with these functions. Now we'll see the output what we are going to see. Now see, I just want to display the previous values also, right? It starts with S or not and all these things. We have taken 3 booleans, am I right? Now listen. Contains small k or not. Contains small k or not. Okay, small k or not. It would be written false. The result would be there in D. Okay. Now the same way it ends with small k or not. Okay, it is also false. It's not ends with small k. Ends with small k or not. Okay. Now listen. The result would be with ends with, and now finally we have console.writeLine starts with capital K or not. Okay, it returns true, right? The result would be available in starts K with variable. Starts K with variable. Now see here, all of you will see the output side by side with input. As we discussed, 2 are falses and 1 is true. Am I right? And finally, Kalyani Technologies, there is no space. That is the reason it is not coming properly. This is a uppercase letter and lowercase. First is lowercase and next is entire would be in the uppercase. Trim start and trim end and trim mode. So these 3 are trim start, trim end and trim. And one more thing is we are performing in the reverse order. Okay. See here, all of you, the mistake is we need to see this output, right? Substring, we need to see this output also. We'll do that as well. See, console.writeLine, substring result is the substring result would be substring result is a variable. Okay, now after completion of this, we are just trying to display some new line, because console.writeLine in the sense after putting the reverse order we are just in the same line. So to see the split result we need to be moved to the another line. That is the reason I'm using console.writeLine. Okay, now listen here carefully. The substring result is 5 characters. That is what we have discussed KALYA. So this is the reverse order, and before space we have Kalyani, after space we have technologies, and capital K would be replaced with capital M. That is what we have taken in the last method. Am I right? Capital K need to be replaced with capital M. Clear, all of you? Any doubt in this? Any doubt here?
No, Kalyan.
Take the screenshot of this.
Okay.
Take the screenshot. Completed. Input and output both together. Try to take. Completed.
Kalyani, can you also explain convert dot to Boolean?
We'll see that conversions later. Okay, we have so many other conversions would also be there. Convert dot to character, convert dot to Boolean. So many other conversions are there. We'll take that as a separate class. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we'll see the topic that is oops. Okay. You people try to see all these things like put s dot, see other predefined functions that are available here. Okay. So many other things are there, right? What is the meaning of replace, pad right, pad left, and order by descending. So many other functions are there. Try to just go through all those functions that are available with the string, okay, so that it will be helpful for you. Now we'll see oops concept now. Now as of now whatever we have discussed, that is coming under procedural oriented programming language. Okay, this is what we are calling as POP, procedural oriented programming language. Now, the problem with this procedural oriented programming language is it is not going to provide security. Why we are saying that it is not providing the security in a sense. It will support C language pointers concept. Even in the .NET also we have the pointers. We are not using anymore these pointers. That is the reason we are also not discussing that. And POPs will be supporting the security, will be supporting the pointers concept. That is the reason there is no security mechanism in this, and there is no much reusability also. That means we are not having any functions, and we are not using that. Okay, functions, creating a separate classes, and in that class we have a functions. We are using the functions in other main method class, and all those things will not be supported in the procedural oriented programming language. Okay, creating separate classes, creating a functions, that all the things will not be there. To overcome this problem that is present in the procedural oriented programming language like security and reusability issues, these two are major issues in the procedural oriented programming language. To overcome this, we'll be having a object orientation programming language with the help of the 4 pillars that are available in a object oriented programming language. We'll be overcoming the security and reusability security and reusability problems that are available in a POPs. We are overcoming these disadvantages with the help of 4 pillars of procedural object-oriented programming language. Those 4 pillars are abstraction, and encapsulation, and polymorphism, and inheritance. Clear, all of you? With the help of these 4 pillars, we are overcoming the problems of security and reusability. Now, one by one, we're going to see this abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance, all these things. Now, first, before going to discuss about all these things, first you people need to have an idea on what is the meaning of class and what is the meaning of object. Okay. Now today our focus is to discuss what is the meaning of class and what is the meaning of object. Okay, we'll see the simple class diagram, and we'll see the program for the class also. Okay, how to create the class, how to create the object of this class, what is the syntax of it, and all these things. Okay, clear, all of you? Now listen, class in the sense it's a collection of data members, and member functions. Okay, collection of data members and member functions. Okay, data members and member functions. Clear, all of you? Data members and member functions. Now suppose the example that simply we are taking a class as car. Okay, car is a collection of data members and member functions. Okay. Now listen here, whenever you are trying to manufacture the car, we need to have the parts of the car, like seat and doors and gears, these all the things. Gears and doors, and we have other things like glasses of the car is required, and which brand of the glasses, car glasses, which brand of the seats you need to take, and which brand of the gears you want to use. These all the things we need to be planned properly whenever you are trying to manufacture the car. Along with that, along with these parts, whenever you are manufacturing the car, after deciding these parts, we need to decide the functions of the car also. Normally, what all the functions would be there for the car? The starting function and stopping function, and changing the gear to control the speed. Am I right? Changing the gear to control the speed. So these are the parts of the car. So now the car would be a collection of. So if there is no function, there is no functions, only parts would be there. There is no use with the car, right? The same way, if parts are not there, there is no chance of having the function. So car is a collection of both the parts and functions. Okay, both the parts and functions. Technically, we can speak that class is a collection of parts in the sense data members, collection of the parts in the sense data members and member functions. Clear? Data members and member functions. Okay, class is a collection of data members and member functions. Okay, now listen here, we'll see some sample class. I'm taking the employee class. I'm taking here. Now data members of the employee would be employee ID, and again the employee name here, so my class would be having the data members like employee ID and employee name. Along with this, I'm trying to create the functions. The functions are public void get data, and we are getting the values of employee ID and employee name. After that, I'm trying to display the values, public void display data. So here my class is a collection of data members and member functions. Clear, all of you? Now here we are reading the data, here we are displaying the data. This is how class is a collection of data members and member functions. Okay, we'll just try to create a simple class over here. Okay, listen here, all of you, the same whatever we have written in the notepad, I'm just trying to create the same thing in my Visual Studio also. Okay, try to see here, all of you, very carefully. What is the name of the class we took in the notepad, all of you? The class is employee. Am I right? Now in this class we have employee ID as a variable, another variable would be employee name, and now public void get data is a variable name, method name, and here we are getting the employee values. Please enter EMPID and ename. Okay, please enter EMPID and ename. So here employee ID is equal to convert dot 2 in 32 of console.readline. Clear? And now finally employee name is equal to console.readline. So we have taken the method, and in the method we are reading the values of employee ID and employee name. Finally we are trying to display the data, public void display data. Okay, public void display data, and we are displaying the values with the help of console.writeLine, and employee ID is concatenated with the variable that is employee ID, and console.writeLine employee name is concatenated with ename. So listen here, all of you, very carefully. Here my employee is a class. Employee class would be having the values like variables like employee ID and employee name. Along with this, we have the functions like get data and display data. Clear? So my class is a collection of data members and member function. Clear? Now, if the class is ready to use, and we must and should need to create an object of the class. Okay, without object, there is no chance to execute the class. Without object, we don't have a chance to execute the class. Suppose the example that as you discussed here, the car is a class, and in the car we have a collection of parts and functions. With the help of the parts and functions, whatever you thought, you manufactured the car. Okay, once your car is ready, if there is no driver for the car, you don't have any chance to use the car, right? Suppose the example that the car, after manufacturing the car, if the driver is there, then only the use is there for manufacturing the car. There is no use if there is no driver for the car. There is no chance to provide the real-time nature to the car if there is no driver to it. The same way, for the class, the driver is object. If you create an object for the class, then only we can use the features that are available in the class. If there is no object for the class, there is no real-time nature to the class. The real-time entity for the class is object. You must and should create the object for the class, and then we need to use the method set that are available into it. Now listen here, all of you. If you want to create an object for the class, the syntax is this: class name space object name is equal to new class name and ob.getData and ob.displayData. These are the functions that are available here. GetData in the sense it will call this method and it will execute all these things. After that, displayData in the sense it will execute this and it will display the data. Now listen here. First is asking the user to enter the employee ID. 101 is employee ID I'm giving, and employee name I'm giving as Shravanti. Now it is executing the displayData method and it is showing the employee ID as 101 and employee name is Shravanti. Now what will happen in the sense, always the execution would be starts from main function, as I already updated you people. So from main it will execute the code and first it will create the object. After creating the object, it is first executing the getData method. See here, first it is executing the getData method, that is ob.getData, and ob.getData in the sense it will pass to here and it will ask the user to enter the employee ID and employee name. After entering the employee ID and employee name, the console will pass us to displayData, and here displayData will go into execute and it will display the output of it. Okay, this is how the structure would be there to execute the getData method and displayData method. Okay, now this is about the class creation and object creation. Now we will see, I'll give you a task to you people to work on the other class. That is the class name today you people need to practice is student. Okay, the student class need to have the variables, like the variables in the sense it's a data members. The data members need to have for the student is student ID and student name and mark 1, mark 2 and mark 3 and the result. And now the methods, that means member functions of this is get data, that means you are getting the value of student ID, student name, mark 1, mark 2 and mark 3. The result is that pass or fail you people need to calculate in the calculate result method. And finally we are displaying the display data. In the display data you are just trying to display student ID, student name and result. The result whatever we have calculated here, the student is pass or fail based on the M1, M2, M3 whatever you read, and we are just trying to display whether the student is pass or fail with the help of we are just using the display data, student ID, student name and the result. We are not displaying anymore M1, M2 and M3. Clear? Just try to create a class and create a object for it and complete this. If any questions are there for this, you people just ping me so that I'll help you people. Okay, this is for the today's task. Okay, clear all of you? I'm sharing you that question also to all of you. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, clear? Yeah, enough for today and we'll continue the class on tomorrow. Bye bye.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
Bye. Manoj, all of you people left, can leave the session. Manoj, you will be there in the class. I need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. మనోజ్ ఎలా అవుతుందమ్మా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నావా?
చేస్తున్నా మేడం.
ఓకే, యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ డౌట్స్?
ఇవాళ రికార్డింగ్స్ పంపించారు కదా మేడం, ఇంకా మధ్యాహ్నం 2 క్లాసెస్ అయిపోయినాయి మేడం. ఇంకేమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే మీకు కాంటాక్ట్ అయితే.
ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నావమ్మా? యూ నీడ్ టు షేర్ మీ రైట్ వన్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ ప్రాక్టీస్డ్.
ఓకే మేడం.
నువ్వు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడం అయిపోయిన వెంటనే నాకు షేర్ చేస్తుండు, సో దట్ ఇట్ వుడ్ బి హెల్ప్ఫుల్. ఓకే, ఐ కెన్ గెట్ టు నో దట్ వెదర్ యూఆర్ ప్రాక్టీసింగ్ ఆర్ నాట్, ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆర్ నాట్, ఐ కెన్ ఈజీలీ అండర్స్టాండ్, రైట్?
యా, ఓకే.
ఓకే, యా, బై.
డిస్టర్బెన్స్ ఇక్కడ చాలా మంది ఉన్నారు మేడం. కన్సల్టెన్స్ లో ఉన్నాను కదా, 9 members ఉన్నారు. Everyone coming and
Yeah, I understood. Okay, and I had a discussion with Raju. He said that you can sit in the Raju room whenever the class is going on. If possible, do the same so that it would be helpful for you. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Nana. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Practice చేశాక నాకు షేర్ చేయు, మర్చిపోదు. ఓకేనా?
Sure.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.